Hi, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World. I was just out in Shirley's World with my animals. Hi, Bumblebee. Hi, Diane. Judy Fisher's here. Hi. And Bryland Farm must be here. Yes, I was just outside giving my chickens their evening treat. They got some spinach and kale and cheese tonight. Hi, Janet. Well, yesterday I sold one thing. I sold a pair of overalls, just time and true overalls, but they're new with tags, but nothing today. Now I've started to list every day, so that takes a while to catch up. Hi, Claire. I'm glad you're all here with me. I have to go on USPS and print out a label. This is going to my daughter. She needs a couple things that I have. So it's just easier to just mail it to her. So she'll be getting a surprise package. Yeah. Well, I've been still fussing around with my photo setup, getting it. I have decided, though, I did do some steaming of some things yesterday, and I'm just not good at steaming. And I think for me, ironing is much faster. So Wednesday, when Samantha comes, I'm going to have her bring my ironing board down here. I can set it up when I need it, and I can just collapse it and store it in the bathroom over there when I don't need it. And everything will be on one floor then, except for the washing machine, of course. Oh, how I wish I could have bring my laundry up here. I could have one of those, the washer and dryer, the stackable ones. There is a way to put it in my bathroom in there, but I'd have to have my whole bathroom redone, and that's a lot of money. So I've been thinking about that for years. Yeah, well, so nothing going on much in the reselling world for me. How's everybody else doing? I hope this isn't the start of summer slowdown. It's spring. It's not summer. I need to do a walkthrough, the spring walkthrough of my garden out front. Things are sprouting. Things are coming up and flowering. My perennials that I have. Yeah. I got that organic weed killer. I haven't tried it out yet for all the weeds that come up. I have a brick path out there, and weeds and stuff come up in between the bricks if you don't keep at it. So I'm going to try that organic weed killer and see if it works, or whether I should just make my own. You sold one thing today, but 4 things yesterday. Good. Somebody's doing something anyway. Well, I got the report yesterday. I don't know if I told you this or not. My cat, who I was hoping had hyperthyroidism. No, she has diabetes. has to be on insulin. So I talked to the vet today. I can get the Vetselin, which is for animals. It's for cats mainly. And it's cheaper than getting, insulin. They keep talking about cheap insulin for people. That doesn't count when it's for your cat. So insulin is more expensive, people insulin. My daughter at one time, she had a diabetic cat quite a while ago. And that vet that she was going to put her on some type of an insulin that was costing her like $300 a vial. I don't understand why she was doing that. But this is $70 for a vial, and a vial lasts for several months, so not too bad. I've had cats with diabetes before, so I know how to give the insulin. And she's giving me the syringes that are easier to see. I said, good, because I'm about blind here. So there's a big bumblebee outside on my azalea bush. They've been out, the big bumblebees have been out on that azalea bush a lot. I did see a yellow jacket today too. I haven't seen any honeybees. So the dandelions are starting to come up, which are the bees' first food, around the first food for bees. So don't be killing your dandelions right away. The bees need them right now. So my cat, she's acting fine, except she's hungry all the time and thirsty all the time. I'm trying to keep her outside as much as I can because, like I said, she's costing me a fortune in cat litter because she pees all the time because she drinks all the time. Hopefully, when she gets going on the insulin, that will sort of cut down a little bit. I'm hoping she will be easy to regulate. I don't know if it showed up. I put the cat's picture on as the picture that was waiting. My little thumbnail. I don't know how long it was on. Seems like I just did it a little bit ago. Yeah, that's Queen Maddie. So she has lost 2 pounds. That's what I noticed about her and took her to the vet because she was so fat. And then all of a sudden she started losing weight, which is a sign of both things, both hyperthyroidism and diabetes. So, yeah, Norma Jean, hi, +1. Yes, I'm fine. I went out and was sitting in the sun today, and my staples must have been uncovered from my hair because all of a sudden I felt this burning pain. And here, they're metal staples, so you shouldn't really get them hot. So I just covered them up with my hair. It was fine. Things you don't think about. Rhonda's here. Hi. Rhonda, I think you asked me about Mercari shipping. I don't mess with their shipping at all because their shipping is terribly expensive. I put my own shipping. I do my own shipping through Mercari. I offer. Yeah. just like I do with eBay or whatever. They pay shipping, but you don't want to have them paying the prices that Mercari wants. At least that's how it was. Now they've just changed everything, and I haven't really read into it too much. I know that all of a sudden the seller doesn't have to pay fees. That's about all I know about it so far. And the buyer does. Yeah. And I know because I didn't get my money out in time, I'll have to pay a $2 fee to get it out. I think up until the end of March, you could get it out for free, and now there's a $2 charge. Every time you take your money out, like if you sell things all the time on Mercari, it's much smarter just to wait and take your money out once a week or once a month, depending on how much you sell. So you avoid too many $2 payments. Sold a pair of shoes today, Bumblebee did. Good. No, I do not take my packages to the post office. They go out into my shipping bin on the deck, and my USPS picks it up. And they will pick up, I ship USPS even through Mercari. So they pick up USPS. Yeah, they come every day. And most days there were packages out there until this dry spell. So they leave my mail there too. So I don't have to walk way down and across the road to my mailbox, which it's not bad now and through the summer, but it's not so good in the winter. So my mail lady is so nice. She doesn't want me walking down there either. Yeah, so she comes no matter what. Well, they won't come if your driveway isn't plowed. If there's a big snow, they're not allowed to drive their little truck up the driveway for fear they get stuck, I guess. So there's a couple times that my plow guy didn't get here before she did, and she parked her mail truck out on the road and walked through the snow to get my packages. Now, there's not many that will do that, but she's been my mail lady for a long time. I'm hoping she doesn't retire. Uh, the USPS label, you mean through which platform? eBay you get the labels through the platform, through Mercari or through eBay or through Poshmark. They send you the label, and then you have to print it out. You can print it out on a plain sheet of paper on an inkjet printer, which is what I used to do, and you can tape it onto the package. I have a thermal printer now that spits out labels, which is really nice, but I wouldn't start like that because they're expensive on Mercari. Yeah, they send you a label. If you sell something, you have to look, and there'll be a label on there, and you have to click on it and then print it out. Now, I've only sold a couple things in the recent months on Mercari. They're so up in the air. I'm not really putting things over cross-listing onto Mercari right now. What are you thinking about Janet, are you on what platform are you selling on? It's very easy on eBay or on Poshmark. Poshmark sends you an email that I never liked that, because what if you miss that email? Or what if they do send you a reminder if you haven't printed out your label in 3 days, but what if you happen to delete it? You know, sort of iffy. You have to keep checking your email every single day, or twice a day. So if Poshmark sends you a sale that you sold something, and in that little thing it'll be what you sold, all about it, and then at the very bottom there's a little tiny picture of a label, and you just double click on it and then print it out on your computer. I understand you to say you don't use Mercari shipping. Right, I do not. I don't. Well, what I mean is I don't have them ship for me. It's hard to, you do a little bit on Mercari. I thought if you offered free shipping to buyers, it was up to you to get your own label. I've never offered free shipping, to tell you the truth. I think they still send you a label, though, because how else would you know the address and everything to send it to the person? Free shipping just means you're paying for it. They're still going to send you the label. The label will still be there when you sell an item. Free shipping just means you're paying for it instead of the buyer. So it'll still be there. You're going to delist your items on Mercari. Okay. Hi, guitar guy. GG and CD. Yeah. Well, I want to know if anybody has heard of earthing, or another name they call it is grounding. Has anybody heard of it or have done it? It's where you, hope you're feeling better. I'm no helmet. Yeah, no helmet. No wind today. Yes, I'm feeling fine. Hi, Classy Delia. Mercari is very slow, like every platform. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. You've heard of, I don't know, yes and yes. Yep. For the earthing. My daughter told me about it as she's out sitting in her yard in her bare feet. And she told me watch the movie, which I did. They make a plug-in mat for grounding for when you're in the house. Yes. Well, yeah, you can't really in this part of the country, you can't really go grounding or earthing in the winter. So you'd need a mat or something. They make sheets and everything, I guess. Yeah. You know, I'll never poo-poo anything that's has to do with, it's a natural thing. It's a natural earth thing that's supposed to be happening. So I don't know. There's too many things as far as herbs and all this stuff. That's where medicine first came from. Way back, way back. Yeah. So I'll never poo-poo anything that has to do with nature. So yeah, I was out today in my bare feet. Now, my feet, here's what my sister thinks. She thinks that our feet, they're so tender. Our mother would never let us go barefoot. She blames it on our mother. Yeah, she'd never let us go barefoot except at the beach. Now that would be grounding. But now our feet, they're so tender that I can't even walk outside with bare feet. I have to go find a chair and sit down and then take my clogs off and put my feet on the ground. But I can't walk across. I could step on any little thing and it would just put me right down. So I don't know, maybe it gets better if you keep trying to walk a little bit. I walked about, I don't know, 20 feet in my barefoot feet today, being very careful. I had my walking stick. uh, God knew what he was doing when he gave us everything we need on this earth. Yes. So that means that you probably think it's a good thing too. And Bryland Farm too. Yeah, has anybody tried it? I have a lot of inflammation, and it's supposed to be good for that. So I am definitely going to try it. He said, even if you go out and sit with your feet on the ground or your hands in the dirt, which is fine for gardening, yeah, Bryland Farm, you should be good. You have your hands in the dirt already. Yeah, I did. I just sat in the nice sunshine because it wasn't it was, I don't know, in the low 60s maybe today. It was very nice, and I sat with my bare feet on the ground. But it'll be better when, you can just put your hands in the dirt. I always wondered, I said this to my husband one time. We were building a garden. A tree had fallen in the middle of our yard during a tornado. And they took that up and away. It was a big tree. It was a big red maple tree. I hated to lose it. It was right after we moved into this house. And in that spot that was all disrupted, I decided I'd make a big garden there. So I made like a I'm sorry. I made like a kidney-shaped garden out there. We planted a white birch tree, and I started planting things. But we had a lot of dirt brought in, and had some dirt that we had dug up when we made the garden. We put that in there. And I was just sort of on my, knees playing in the dirt. And I asked him, because he never gardened or anything. I said, doesn't it make you feel good when you put your hands in the dirt like this? It made me feel so wonderful. And I always wondered why. And maybe that's it. Maybe that was it. So I didn't used to garden with gloves. I used to garden with my bare hands. Now most of the time I have garden gloves on, but now maybe I won't. You have no inflammation, so maybe it's working. Yes. Uh, And you garden barefoot. You're doing everything right. Yeah. Aren't your feet tender? You must have grown up in your bare feet. Ah, I can't even do it. I can't even walk on the grass. Ah, you until you get a wood chip splinter. Right. Uh, there's all kinds of things in my grass. I mean, I have a lot of nut trees, which leaves little pieces of shell, soft soil. Yeah. Well, maybe when I'm doing my vegetable garden and I have it all fixed really nice, I'll start uh, putting my feet out there. Now, I wondered, they said that untreated pavement will also work, but it can't be coated with anything, can't be painted, it can't be, sometimes they put a coat of stuff over pavement. You can't have that. It has to be just concrete on dirt. But I was wondering, all my paving bricks are like over 100 years old. They're from a road in Parma where we came from, where my son lives now. And they tore up a brick road that was one of the main roads in Parma. And they they got all those bricks out of there and they piled them. They took them by big truckloads and dumped them in this place where my husband knew where they dumped them. So a lot of people knew, and they were going to get the bricks. So they were free, but they weigh 10 pounds apiece. 10 pounds. So you can only take so many. Is it 10 pounds? That seems a lot. 10 pounds. Maybe they're 5 pounds. I have to weigh them now. Now I can't remember. They're either 5 pounds or 10 pounds. Big paving bricks. And we did our whole backyard in the house we used to live in. We had a tiny, teeny, teeny, tiny backyard. We bricked in the whole thing like a courtyard. And then brought all the bricks out here that we had left, and I made the garden path out front, and I still have bricks. I still have piles of bricks out there. They come in very handy. You get to where you're going in flip-flops and you take them off. Oh, okay. Then I was wondering, when I was thinking about this earthing thing and natural, I wonder if the bottom of your flip-flops, if your flip-flops have a leather bottom, of course that would probably be coated with something. It wouldn't just be bare leather. Things can't be coated. They have to be, yeah. I'll have to ask that question to Google. Oh, so that's just something I'm going to try this summer. And if I think it's doing something, I'll order one of those mats for in the winter. Yeah. So I was really into herbs when, a long time ago. I had herbs hanging all over my last house. And here I grow herbs mostly to make tea or well, I always grow basil. I mean, I do use some things in cooking, even though I'm a horrible cook. Easy things to use. And then I use some things to put in the chickens' nesting boxes to keep the bugs out. Any peppermints or there's lots of things you can put in your nesting boxes. And lots of things the chickens will eat, you know. So, yeah, even nasturtiums and rose petals, I'd mix them in with the herbs and throw them into the nesting boxes. So, when I go to the garden center, when it gets a little more like after May 15th, it's only a month away. After May 15th, I'll go to the garden center. I hopefully will wear my GoPro camera, and I expect to spend quite a bit at the garden center. You have tons of mint? Me too. Well, I didn't intend to have tons of mint. I planted my mint plants. I have spearmint and peppermint. I planted them in pots like they tell you to, so they don't spread all over your garden. But, they grow out of those pots and they go all over anyway. So it worked for a year. After that, it was all over. I'm pulling peppermint and spearmint out all over the place. But it's useful. Yeah. And I do have lemon balm, and somebody asked me, I think it's guitar guy, asked me if mine has spread, and it hasn't. Mine stays in a big clump, and I've had several plants of it, and it's always stayed. Maybe there's different kinds, but mine's just plain lemon balm. It's always stayed in a clump. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very anxious to get going. I have to go look at what seeds I have left that I want to plant, and get them in right away. And then I know what I have to buy. I'm going to buy a lot of the pre-started plants from the garden center, though, because I don't know, when you plant by seed, your plants are always behind everybody else's stuff. It was Mr. Bumblebee. It was Mr. Bumblebee. I'm forgetting what. What did Mr. Bumblebee do? Oh, they asked about, okay, yes, it was. Now I remember. About the lemon balm. I get it. Yeah, I do use that quite a bit. I like lemon balm. I always plant rosemary, basil, oregano. A lot of them are supposed to come back, but don't. I don't have very good luck with my herbs coming back. I don't know why. Home and away. Hi. Yeah, just chatting a little bit here. I have to go up to the vet tomorrow and pick up the insulin for my cat. Get her started. Thank goodness. She eats Fancy Feast, okay, those little cans. And the vet said the ones highest in protein are the pate, and I think they said on Google the flaked, but not the gravy. The gravy are the least amount of protein. So a lot of cats just lick the gravy off and they don't bother eating other stuff. So yeah, so she likes Fancy Feast. She can only have a half a can twice a day and just like an eighth of a cup of kibbles. She's not going to be a happy girl. But maybe I don't know. We'll see how she does on the insulin. She's only starting on one unit. I forgot to look at how much she weighs. She weighs like 12 or 13 pounds, maybe 14 pounds. I have to look. She had lost 2 pounds when I took her up this time, and that's why she was looking thinner. Yeah, there's so many reasons you can't do the earthing. Like yesterday, I went out. It was so muddy and it was cold. So I tried to put my feet down and it was just too cold. So today was the first day. I think I tried it last year a couple of days, but I didn't keep up with it. Because that's when Michelle finally found out about it last year. But this year she's really getting into it more. Uh, no, not the gravy kind. The pate and the flaked pieces, but not the gravy. The gravy has the least amount of protein. They need a high protein, low carb diet. So I was hoping my vet didn't try to talk me into some vet food that costs a fortune. Yeah. But no, she said fancy feast is fine. As long as it's over 10% or above in the protein. And it's the kibbles that have so much carbs in it. There's no way, I guess, to process kibbles without having a lot of carbs in that food. So it can say it has high protein, but it still has a lot of carbs. So very little kibbles, hard food, and mostly the canned food. 10% protein or more is the best. So I'll tell you how she does with getting her little shots. Most cats, the cats I've had with diabetes, they hardly felt it. It's such a teensy tiny needle, and you just pull up the skin near the back of their neck down here. And it's so fast, they don't really. None of mine seem to matter. You don't want them to get afraid of that because they'll run and hide and you won't be able to find them because you feed them first and then you have to give them their insulin right afterwards. So the reason being you have to make sure they eat. I don't think there's any problem with my cat eating. Unless that changes when she gets sort of regulated on insulin. But she loves the salmon, Fancy Feast salmon the most. And that's a good amount of protein. So that's about what I did today. I was thinking when I got up, I should go to the thrift store, the bigger thrift store, but I just wasn't in the mood. So I wanted to get these questions answered from my vet, and I didn't know when she was going to call back. So, yeah, I didn't want to be in Goodwill where I can't hear then. So maybe tomorrow I will head out to Goodwill and pick up some things because I'll be out of things now. I have 2 more things up there, and that's it, unless I go in my closet. Another thing I thought as I looked in my closet, and it's such a mess and so many things in there that I don't use anymore and don't. So I thought I could make a YouTube video about cleaning out my closet. I've seen other videos on that. Oh, when Samantha comes on Wednesday, oh, my carpet came for this room. It's rolled up. It weighs such a ton. I had a terrible time. They delivered it out onto the deck. It's rolled up in a big roll and it weighs a ton. So it was pouring down rain when it came. I had to drag it in the door into the family room. That it was, I had a terrible time doing that. So there it laid right where I put it. So Jolene, when she was here for my injury, she put it in the dining room for me. So now when Samantha comes, we're going to have to sort of open it. It's all wrapped up. Open it and then sort of back roll it, if you know what I mean, because it'll be curly on the one end. And I don't know if we'll get it laid down this week or not, but it's an 8 by 10 that should go in this room. That's what the other one was about. Yeah. Bumblebee started sorting a box for me. Good. Thank goodness. I remember a long time ago when I would just live to thrift. I mean, I just love to go out and thrift, and it's just not pleasant anymore. To me, it just means 5 minutes of pleasure and the rest is pain. So, yeah. The only thing I take for my back is ibuprofen. It doesn't really help that much. Maybe I should go back on, what was I on? Can't think of it, but it's the one that made me have a problem with my belly. Celebrex. I took Celebrex for a number of years. And before that, I was on, now that's supposed to be the easiest on your stomach. But before that, I was on one for years that was not good for you. So the doctor sort of thinks it was that one that started causing the problem. But then once I had the problem, they didn't want me to take Celebrex either, but I do sneak and take it once in a while. I don't take it constantly. I'll take it for 3 or 4 days and I'll give myself a few days off. And it seemed to work that way. So maybe I should try that. Yeah. Well, I will cut Vioxx. I've never tried that. Is that a prescription or a non-prescription? It doesn't look familiar to me. I've never taken that. You've been having a problem with your shoulder from moving the hangers back and forth. I have that same problem. If I do a large shopping, after I do this for 2 or 3 hours, that evening my shoulder will hurt. Yes, it affects your shoulder. That's true. Reseller injuries. James Helms. Well, hi, James. Are you new here? I don't think I've seen your name here before. Hi. Oh, they pulled it from the market. Okay. So So James is new. Well, welcome. We're just a group here. I'm trying to get my YouTube started going. These people got me finally got me up to 1,000. Uh, Up to 1,000 subscribers and my 4,000 watch hours. This group, this is my gang here. You've been here before? Okay, good. So I'm just trying to keep it going and trying to make different types of videos along with my reselling videos. I want to do some how-to videos. There just doesn't seem to be enough hours in the day for me. Debbie. Hi, Debbie. Hi. So now I've got to chase the cat down and medicate the cat twice a day. No wonder I'm like a hermit, you know. My dog has separation anxiety, and I have to medicate now my cat twice a day. But I take medicine twice a day, so not so hard. I seem to get mine in there. But you have to do it along with her feeding. So hers has to be at a special time after she eats and spaced out. So I'll have to figure out what times. She'll have to change her dinner time because they eat around 9 in the morning. And she'll have to, I don't know. I don't remember how I did my other cat. But they have to eat first and then get their insulin. Shirley's World Gang. Yeah. My head is fine today. Like I said, it almost feels like I have a hair caught in one of the staples, and it feels like sometimes like if you took a hair and just pulled on it all the time. That's the type of pain I get once in a while. Like it's just my hair stuck in there. But my head, it's less sore today. My whole head is less sore. Thank you for asking. It'll probably be sore again after they take out the staples. I can't think about that too much. Somebody was here and say they must be a nurse or a doctor because they said they worked lots of ERs and they usually do it in triage. So now if they do it in triage, they're not going to give me any numbing, any lidocaine. So, okay, Debbie, there is a QR code on Mercari and my daughter took it to, yes, you can do that, to the post office and they printed the label. Yeah, I forgot about that because I never do the QR codes. But yeah, if you have to go to the post office anyway, yeah, you might as well just do that. But I went to the post when I first started on eBay long time ago. For years, I went to the post office like every other day. And yeah. So once I started having lots of packages, certainly more than now, then I signed up to have it a pickup. You just go on USPS and you can schedule your pickups. You can schedule them far out. I mean, I have 6 months at a time scheduled out. Posh does that too now. Yeah, I've seen that one too. Yeah. But I just like printing out my labels on my little Dymo label writer Excel. It's so cute, and it just spits out the label all ready to go. And it spits out two things: spits out your label and a polling, something that you can use if you're going to pull a lot of. It's like what McThrifty is reading off of, those papers she reads off of. A lot of people use that second one to go get all your, if you have lots. Say you were hunting for 10 or 12 items, you just take that with you, and then you know what to pick. Well, I am going to close for now. I have all my drafts done for tomorrow. And yeah, Advil, that's what I take now. I take Advil at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. Mm. Your daughter doesn't have a label printer yet. That's why she did it that way. Yeah. But if you're going to the post office anyway, it's just as easy to do that now that they're giving out those QR codes. Yeah, it doesn't seem to help that much for my back pain. It may help a little bit, but I do take it before I go shopping for sure. Uh, I heard that if you can take Advil or ibuprofen, you can take that, and you can also take it right along with Tylenol. Most of the time, I thought you had to like take Advil and then in 4 hours you could take Tylenol, but I just read you can take them together, like for severe pain. Like if you had a bad toothache, you could take them together. Now, don't go by what I'm saying. Go read about it. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any of the heavy stuff to take. I wouldn't take that anyway. Uh, they tried to give me that when I hurt my knee that time a few years back. I said, no, I don't want that in the house. Aleve. I have not tried Aleve. Once you turn 60, Advil and Aleve became like a vitamin supplement. Now, how does Aleve work? I've never tried it. Somebody else mentioned Aleve one time too. Do you think that works better than Advil? I know it works a little differently. Ryland Farm says, my mom has scoliosis. Her MD put her on a single Tylenol in the morning and a Tylenol PM at night. Wow. Tylenol does nothing for me. It doesn't even take away a headache. Oh, she can't do NSAIDs because she is a free bleeder. Okay. Yeah, that makes it tough then. Advil works on some things that Advil doesn't. Or Aleve works on some things that Advil doesn't. Okay. I'll have to look that. I'll have to try that. Aleve is nice because it works for 12 hours. Yes, that would be nice. Oh, Aleve is naproxen. Okay. My son takes that. but I think he takes naproxen. I mean, from the doctor. He has bad knees, bad back, everything. But it's hard on the stomach. Oh dear. Anything good, it always affects you some way bad. And my belly doesn't like a lot of stuff. So I have a problem with that. Well, guess I could try it. Everything's bad for your stomach, except Tylenol, which does nothing for me. Of course, if you take too much Tylenol, well, this is a huge amount. This is if you're trying to kill yourself with Tylenol, it wrecks your liver, but not regular doses. Well, thank you all for joining me tonight. I will hopefully get some inventory tomorrow. I want to go thrifting if I can. I'll try really hard so I can show you something tomorrow night. And I will see you all then. Thank you all for coming and joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. Yeah, if you know any more things about earthing or grounding, yeah, let me know. I'm going to try it all summer. And maybe my feet will get better at walking barefoot. So you have a good night too. And I will see you tomorrow.